Hi, welcome back. This is Roxy Kellerman with Ticor Title, and welcome to Title Talking. This is another episode that we're going to be sharing and contributing, we hope, in your education and understanding everything that has to do with title, escrow, taxes, farming, just a variety of things that we're working on to really impact you and make a difference in your professional life and hopefully in your personal life as well, because we know that it affects everything. It's who we are. And we're happy to be here. So this with me here today is
Stacey Angstead.
Yay, and we're here to talk a little bit about the most sexiest item that we have on our show, and it's going to be supplemental tax insurance.
You so oversold that, Roxy Kellerman.
I know, I really did.
Supplemental taxes. Yeah, you know why supplemental taxes are so fun? Because when you look at the most important part of your title report, which is Schedule B, supplemental taxes are right there, right after taxes. They are front row and center. Now, let me start with the fun part of supplemental taxes, okay? If you are selling your home, okay, and the person that is buying it for less money than what you purchased it for, they're going to get a supplemental tax refund. I actually thought that was an urban legend. It actually happened to me, and then I realized it's not an urban legend. It actually happens. So what's happening is the homeowner is paying on a bigger tax base than actually is warranted. So once the tax assessor catches up with everybody's tax base and procreating those funds the way that they belong, they realize that the new buyer has overpaid and they get a refund. It's fantastic. Yeah. I know. No one ever talks about the money back.
Exactly.
Yeah, who knew? Okay, so let's talk about what happens on the other side that we hear all the time, the supplemental tax bill, okay? That happens when you've purchased a home for X amount of dollars and the buyer comes in and you've made money on your home. The new buyer is paying $200,000 more, for example, than what you purchased it for. Right. So their tax base, depending on the time of year that you are closing escrow, their tax base is going to be based on your tax rate for the lower amount for a period of time. That period of time, I can't ever figure it out. It always depends on where you're closing escrow in the tax cycle, and then how long it takes the tax assessor's office to catch up with all of that. Yeah. And what happens is, if you have a supplemental tax bill that's coming, okay, which would be the difference in the taxes from when you purchase the home to when the new buyer comes in, they're paying on the lesser amount, so they're going to get a bill for that difference. It's a one-time bill that gets structured over your tax bill for twice that year. So you pay your taxes twice a year.
Yes.
That bill gets broken up into 2 installments, okay? Installment 1 and installment 2. I can never figure out how to figure out what your supplemental tax bill will be, but there is a formula. Usually your escrow officer can help you out with that.
Okay.
But it's something that everybody needs to be aware of, you know, depending on when you're closing in the tax cycle, how much more you're buying the property for than the former homeowner. There's all of these factors that go into it, but here's what I will tell you, that when you get your supplemental tax bill, you have to pay it just like you would pay any other tax bill, because it is subject to fines, and it will show up as a lien on your property if in fact you don't pay it.
Yeah, you know what, I've actually owned almost, I would think about 8 or 9 homes. I can't remember exactly how many here in Southern California, and I've never gotten a refund. I've always gotten a tax bill for my supplemental. And the interesting thing is, sometimes they come 3 months later, sometimes they come even almost up to a year later. So you don't really know what that time frame is. I, as a homeowner, never knew, but I have always put aside that piece of financial responsibility so that when that bill comes in, it gets paid.
Right. Our county tax assessor, they are very busy, and that bill can be generated within 3 weeks of a transaction closing, or like you said, all the way up to a year.
Yes.
It's usually somewhere in that 3 to 6 month range.
Yes.
But with the busier that they get, the longer things take.
Yeah.
So I do get a lot of calls from homeowners that have owned their home for 9 months, and then all of a sudden they're getting a supplemental tax
Exactly.
bill. They kind of thought that they were out of the woods, and then boom, this tax bill is generated, and it has to be paid.
Yeah.
So one other thing I will mention to you, you were talking about the refund. The market that we were in up until the last couple of years, where prices are now on the rise again, that period where we were having a lot of short sales and things like that, that's when those refunds were being generated, because those people were selling their home for a lot less money than what they purchased it. They were upside down, which is what created the whole, mess that we were in. And so those people buying were getting a supplemental tax refund, again, depending on the time of the year and all of that stuff. There's a lot of particulars that go into it, but that's supplemental taxes. It's fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
And you know what? You as a real estate agent, I know, get those calls from your clients, and it gets a little bit, I don't want to say sticky, but you don't want to be the one to have to try to explain the entire math process for supplemental taxes. We do have some written material for you. If you would like to have that, we would love to address that and share it with you. You can put that in your library, share it with your real estate agents, share it with your clients. All you have to do is contact us. My name is Roxy Kellerman, and this, of course, is
Stacey Angstead.
And we are so happy you joined us. Take care and bye-bye.